Welcome to the series of database management system. As we have already started with the chapter number 3 and we have seen what are the DDL commands, but we have missed one point, that is the SQL constraint. Today we will see what are the SQL constraint and how to use them by using the create table command. SQL constraints are used to specify the rule for the data in the tables. What are the constraints? They are some used for special reasons. If you want to enforce certain conditions or certain rules depend on the table to a specific column, at that time what we can do, we can use the constraint. Constraints are used to limit the type of the data that can be go into the tables. It also ensures the accuracy and reliability of the data in the table. If there is any violation between the constraint and the data action, the action is abort. Constraint can be a column level or a table level. The column level constraints apply to a column and the table level constraints are applied to the whole table. So here some constraints which we will use with the create table command. Number one is not null. Not null constraint ensure that the column cannot have a null value. Like for example, if you have one specific column and you want the user to always put some values in that particular column, what you can do, you can specify a constraint that is not null. Then we have a next constraint that is a unique. It ensures that all values in a column are different. For example, let's consider the student table, and in the student table if we have one column that is a mobile number, and we want every student should put a different mobile number, a unique mobile number. At that time we can specify a unique constraint with the mobile number. Then primary key. A primary key, it is a combination of a not null and unique. By using a primary key, we uniquely identify each row in the table. In one table we can expect one primary key. Foreign key, it prevents the action that would destroy the link between the tables. We'll see further in further videos what are relationship and how it is used to create. So at that time the foreign key will be more clear to you. But just remember that foreign key is a key. Whenever we have a relation, to maintain this relation we use a foreign key. Then we have check constraint. Check ensure that the value in a column satisfy a specific condition. Like for example, if you want the age of the student should be greater than 0, at that time you can specify the check constraint. And then default constraint is used to set a default value for a column. If no value is specified at that time, the value which is specified with the default constraint can be inserted automatically. Now we will use all these constraints with a create table command. Let's see the example. I'll be creating student table again. So create table student. Open bracket, we'll write roll number. The data type of roll number is int, and now I am giving a primary key. Now why I am giving primary key to a roll number? Because a roll number satisfies the criteria of identifying the each row uniquely. So like for example, if we consider the student in one class, every student will get a different roll number, and roll number is the compulsory part. If the student has taken the admission, means the student have to have a roll number. So these are two criteria. It has to be not null and it has to be unique. It is satisfied by the roll number. So that's why we have taken roll number as a primary key. Then I am taking name. For the name I am taking the size as data type as variable character and size as 20. And I want every student should put a some value in this particular column. So I am specifying not null. Then I am taking gender. Gender के लिए I'll be taking data type as character 6. And now I want to ensure that whenever the user is putting a gender, I want the value of the gender as a male or female. The user should not put any other value other than the male and female, because here I want to enforce some specific criteria for a value. So here the best choice of a constraint is check constraint. So I'll be using check, then open bracket, I'll write gender, and for gender I'll be having only two value. One is a male and second is a female. So this is a way you can use a check constraint. Now next is, let's take age. Age is an integer and I want the age of the student should be greater than 17. Though it is not a specific condition, but just how to use the check constraint with the integer values, integer data types, I'll be using this here. Age is int, and again because here the rules are getting enforced on the values, so we will be using a check constraint again. Now what I want to use, I want to check a condition where age should be greater than 0. Let's take 0. So this is a way you can use a check constraint with the integer and the check constraint with the character data types. Next I want mobile phone. So I'll be writing mobile number. Mobile number, because it is the set of numbers, I'll be using data type as int. And here I'll be using a constraint unique, because every student will have its own mobile number and it should not be matched with the other students. So that's why we will be using a unique constraint. And then I'll be writing a class. For class, we can specify, we can have a choice of character and variable character. Depends on the user. Like if you want to restrict, the user should put fy, sy and ty. What you can do, you can use the character data type, and if you are giving a free hand to the users to put any value in the class, at that time you can choose the variable character data type. So I'll be using variable character data type over here, and I'll be giving size as 20. But this time what I want a default value for a class as FYBBACA. So I'll be writing default, and what is the default value I want? It is FYBBACA. So this is a default value. So default constraint, what it does, if the value is not getting inserted by the user for this particular class, it will take automatically FYBBACA as a default value. After completing all the things, we'll give a close bracket. I hope we have used all the constraint except foreign key. So foreign key is used for maintaining a relation, or creating or maintaining the relationship. So when we study relationship, we will see foreign key in detail. Just give a semicolon and then press enter. So here see, your table is getting created. Now if I want to see all the constraint which I have used with the student, what I can do, I can just write DESC student and it will show me all the constraint with its size. So roll number, name, gender, age, mobile number and class. So this is the SQL structure and how to use it. I hope this is clear to you. If you have any queries regarding this particular video, you can write in the comment box. Thank you.